So, um, so one thing I'm thinking about is what does it mean to be a Black wealth builder, right? I just process this in terms of like what this looks like, and what a framework would look like, right? Because here in the Black Business School, our goal is to establish ways of processing information and knowledge that really don't exist in other places. I'm fully convinced that we're better than any institution on earth when it comes to Black wealth. I really am. And in my mind is very clear. It's clearly a matter of saying, what does it look like to really focus on ownership, right? Ownership is the key to power, but the right kind of ownership. What does it mean to understand how things like healing from trauma, how that connects to the wealth building process? How a lot of people can't accomplish the things they want professionally and otherwise because we undervalue things like therapy and healing, and we don't understand the impact of trauma. And my wife, who's a full professor of social work, and she has a doctorate in that field, but she's also a therapist. She talks to me all the time about trauma, and it's like, wow, if people really knew how much trauma affects your ability to just make sound decisions, we would be so in such a better place. I think also, if you even look at how trauma affects the way you choose relationships, the way you choose your addictions. Some people may have things like sexual addictions or love addiction and don't even realize it, right? But you're finding your peace and healing your pain by engaging in these relationships, or or you maybe not having the discipline that you need to have in order to stick to it and make a business deal go through. A lot of that's connected to trauma. So, for example, there was something I'm going to share this on my page, but there's something I looked up where I was researching attachment styles, and I told my wife, I said, I found out that my trauma caused me to have a dismissive and avoidant attachment style. And I looked it up and I said, holy crap, this is crazy. So because your trauma wasn't completely healed, it causes you to dismiss and avoid and disconnect in relationships that could benefit you, help you become more successful, help you get the support that you need, help you have the structure that you need around you. So that awareness and kind of just knowing, where we can do a little bit better, I think it's just so important, and I think that's a better approach